yet at this campus. Unfortunately, they don't have the dura mater attached. Remember, you learned in the module that the brain and the spinal cord are protected by 3 membranes. We call them meninges. And those meninges are the dura mater, the arachnoid mater, and the pia mater, right? Dura meaning hard, mater meaning mother. It's a hard mother, right? And the arachnoid mater, arachnoid meaning spider because of the collagen fibers and the way they spread. And then the pia mater meaning delicate. It's a delicate mother. And so on this particular brain that we see right here, there's actually a tiny little bit of dura mater still attached. On yours, you probably don't see it. Can you see it, this kind of white color? It has the consistency of the shell of a shrimp. Those of you that like to eat shrimp and maybe have peeled shrimp, that's what the dura mater is, that top. So it's all of this white that you see on here. The rest of this brain that we're looking at right now does not have any dura mater on it. Instead, what we see is arachnoid mater, and here's how you can find your arachnoid mater. Just kind of go into one of the sulcus or sulci, and you can just put your probe in and see this transparent membrane that you can kind of pop here. That is your arachnoid mater. Notice it kind of looks like a spider because of those collagen fibers going throughout. If you take the arachnoid mater and then peel it away and write on the surface of the brain, that would be the pia mater. So the pia mater is the equivalent of, remember the visceral pericardium, visceral pleura, visceral peritoneum? It's the equivalent of that. So here again, if I go down this fissure right here, I see this membrane right here. See how I'm picking it up right there? See, now I'm going to pop through it right there. That was arachnoid mater that I was just popping through right there. All of that right there. So this right here, can you guys identify for me, please, this structure right here? What's this entire structure on this side? Cerebral hemisphere. On this side, this would be the right cerebral hemisphere. This would be the left cerebral hemisphere. Identify this region of the brain right here. Cerebellum. If I turn this brain upside down, I can see various structures associated. First of all, I see these flaps right here on the anterior, or what we call the rostral portion of the brain. And that is, these are the olfactory bulbs. So this right here is an olfactory bulb. This right here is an olfactory bulb. Can you see now where it goes towards the brain, towards this region? Those would be olfactory tracts. What I'm looking at right here, covered by dura mater, can you see the X? This is the optic chiasm. So we have coming from the eyes, the optic nerves, and then they cross right here to form the optic chiasm. And then they continue in this way to go to the occipital lobe as the optic tract. So again, coming from the eyes, cut off in this brain are the optic nerves. This would be the optic chiasm, and then where it continues on back towards going to go to the occipital lobe are the optic tracts. I also see right here by the optic nerves this hole right here. Can you see where I'm putting my probe into that? This space is what we're going to call the third ventricle. We'll look at it on Monday. You guys will look at it as best as you can, but this is going to be our third ventricle. Can everyone see right here this first bump? I'll put it kind of on the side. What is that? Pons. What does this second bump represent? Medulla oblongata. And then what's this piece from here all the way to the spinal cord? This hole right here in the spinal cord, I can put my probe into it. That is what we're going to call the central canal of the spinal cord. Now, if I turn my brain over this way and I go back, what is this structure right here? Longitudinal fissure. What's this one right here? transverse fissure. What's this one right here? On the side. Lateral fissure. And then can you guys see this structure coming across here? What is that? Somebody said it, I heard it. Central sulcus. Is that what I heard? Very good. This is the central sulcus. So the gyrus in front of it will be the precentral sulcus. The one behind it would be the postcentral gyrus.
So they're gyrus, not sulcus.
I'm sorry, did I say sulcus? Gyrus, yes ma'am, gyrus. So one more time, just to make sure it's correct, Ashley. This is the central sulcus. In front of it is the precentral gyrus. Behind it is the postcentral. Thank you. What lobe would this be over here? Frontal. What lobes would these be right here? And what lobe is this right here? Temporal. And then if I turn this back upside, and then right here where this longitudinal fissure is right here, let's go ahead and pop through it like this through the arachnoid mater. And if I open that up just slightly, right here, if I open it and I look down the longitudinal fissure, can you all see right there that white substance? White matter or gray matter? White matter. I have a band of white matter going across. What is that? Corpus callosum. See how it goes across this way? Corpus callosum. Please make sure you observe that before you do your cut. Then, if I look right here where the, what was this fissure again? Transverse fissure. If I pull the cerebellum down, can you all see right here these 4 bumps? These 2 on the top, these 2 on the bottom, not that great. Let me see if I can see it better on this one. There we go, a little bit better on this one. Can you see that 1, 2, 3, 4? What are the 2 top ones? Superior caliculi. And what are these 2 bottom ones? Inferior caliculi. So this must be what part of the brain? The midbrain. Then I see, here's my optic chiasm, really cut close, right? On here, this would be my third ventricle. And then can you see these little structures that are coming off, right? Like right here, all of these little structures. What are those?
Those are cranial nerves.
Cranial nerves. Very good, Aaron. Cranial nerves. Okay, now, when I do my mid-sagittal section, I can see further some structures. First of all, I see right here this round structure, thalamus. This round structure towards the cerebellum, pineal gland. And then right here below the thalamus in this region, you can't see it very well, that's the hypothalamus. But you will see 2 other round structures. This one, which is a piece of the optic chiasm, and then this one behind it, not even that well seen, that's the mammillary body. So again, this right here is the thalamus, this is the pineal gland, this is the optic chiasm, mammillary body, not seen very well here. And then this huge thing that you see right there, what is that? Superior colliculus, and then what's this right here? Inferior. Here's the superior colliculus from the side. Okay. Then, right here, can everybody identify this right here? Corpus callosum, and what's this right here? Fornix. Then, can you see this membrane right here? Part of it is torn. Septum pellucidum. And what's this space right here? Lateral ventricle. And what do I call this? All of this coming out? The cerebrum, right? Cerebral and cerebrum, this first edge right here would be the cerebral cortex. And then what's this right here? Cerebellum. And what's this white structure looking like a tree? Arbor vitae. And what's this beige structure along the outside? Cerebellar cortex. If I look at a mid-sagittal section, what is this first bump right here? All of this right here is the pons. This is the medulla oblongata. And what is this region right here? Midbrain. Can you see this space here? Plus, you can imagine the space if the other half of the brain was together. That's the third ventricle. This is the lateral ventricle. And here's our fourth. Let's trace the fourth. Here's the third. Can you see? Oops. Naturally, not very good. Let me grab another. Let's see if I can do that a little better. Here's our third right here. And then can you see this right here, this space? That's our cerebral aqueduct. How do I know it's the cerebral aqueduct? Because can you see the superior colliculus there? Right there, inferior to this, that is the cerebral aqueduct. And then right here, this would be the fourth ventricle. See where the cerebellum is? Fourth. So lateral, third, cerebral aqueduct, fourth. What's this structure here coming out of that third ventricle? And if I dig in here, I should be able to find one here in this lateral ventricle. What is this structure right here? Anybody?
Is it the cerebrospinal fluid?
It's the structure that makes the cerebrospinal fluid. So what makes it? The ependymal cells plus the capillaries, which together we call the choroid plexus. No, I know. That's why that guy that's out on the street on the corner, that's why he's not a nurse. It's not easy, is it? But everybody here can do it. So go ahead. I'll walk around. So